Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page for Wednesday, the 28th of August. I'm Curtis Morton. In our headlines, we go first of all to the Hard Times playing field and we pick up the action in the second part of that match, Guyanese versus Rollins. And in our feature for this evening, young footballer gets scholarship. That should be interesting. I'm Curtis Morton. We'll go to break and I'll be right back.
It's here. The family of EC Polymer Notes, our new money.
Here's what you can do to ensure your EC Polymer notes remain clean and last longer. Dry wet notes with cloth or paper towel. Wipe soiled notes with a damp cloth. You can carry your notes in your wallet, purse, or pocket. However, avoid creasing, crumpling, or stapling your polymer note. If by accident your polymer note gets tumbled in the washing machine or dryer, you can take out the creases by smoothing the note with your hand. Do not iron your polymer note. New polymer notes may cling together. You can loosen them by tapping the notes against a hard surface or shuffling them.
EC Polymer Notes, our new money. Cleaner, safer, stronger.
Well, I'm back, and as promised, we go to the Hard Times playing field. On Tuesday evening, we got the first half, or some excerpts from the first half of that match between the Rollins team and the Guyanese team. Well, we go now to the second half when the Guyanese batted, and we pick up the action at the Hard Times playing field. The match was played on Sunday 25th, and we pick up the action. Guyanese eventually won the match, by the way. Once more. To go to Watton is pushing it into the outside, looking for the single, but the man falls over and they're going to get the single. Oh, he slipped. So Alvin off a very long run. For bowlers, he'll have the longest run for the afternoon. Moves in now to go. Short. Bouncer almost took his head off. And they're running. I don't know if he wants to say it played. Let's see, that might have been a chance. Yes, it played. It's Allen. Strike short. He's pulling at that and missing. Beaten for pace, I thought. There he goes now. Alvin opting to go short again. Punches it nicely over the head of the man at extra cover. Races across. Dives despairingly. Can't stop it for. The Alvin once more. Moves in now to go to Allen. Allen is punching it. The man comes across, knocks it down, falls over, grabs, and they flew for the single because he wasn't in control. So it's going to be Alvin. Moving in now to go to Watton. Shot. Pulled in the air. Somebody's getting under it. Annan it is. Takes the catch. He's gone. Annan in to bowl. He's on driving nicely. He goes down. The big man there off and running. And he's home. Oh, great running there. Goes once more. Annan goes tossed up. He's pulling it. The man is coming across. Takes the catch. He's gone. Oh, Allen has picked out the man. Oh, flat and fast. He's swinging into that. Goes towards mid-wicket. They're getting one. They're thinking about two. Definitely thinking of two. More than thinking of two. Oh, he's quick. Once more. Oh. Hits this one. Inside out. Gone. 6 runs. Moving in out. That should be a wide. That should be a wide. And an appeal tries to offset the umpire. But this time the umpire signals wide. Batsman must be pretty nervous too. As here he goes. Races in now to bowl. Flashes it into the outside. Up and running. He's home. And well, I think they went to the wrong end there. So 8 runs, 4 balls. The bowler would have other ideas. Moves in now to bowl. That's a wide. Yes, the bowler holds his head. Let's see what happens now. Moves in now to bowl to. Oh, but hits it in there. My goodness, somebody's getting under it. Somebody's going to drop it. Somebody's going to drop it. Somebody holds it. It's a great catch. Oh, it's a great catch. A bit of a collision, but it's a great catch. So it's either no ball or wide. Oh, that's a good ball. That's a great ball gone. Caught behind. Oh, great ball. Manus tries to flash it to the offside. There goes once more. Moves in. Last ball of this game. That should be, no, that's a legitimate ball. That ends the game. Well, we say congratulations to the guy and his team. Of course, the Rollins team, they're fuming and coming back with fire in their eyes for this coming Sunday in match 2, hoping that it will be a totally different result. We take this break, and when I come back, we'll have our feature for this evening.
It only takes a few minutes for rising water to become a flood. Are you ready? Prepare your family and community. Look for rapidly rising water. Act. Go to safety immediately. For more information, contact the Nevis Disaster Management Department.
Well, I'm back, and early on Tuesday morning at the office of Minister Honorable Eric Evelyn, Mr. Zacchaeus Smith, there was a special presentation made to him as he travels to the United States on a special scholarship offer. We'll pick up the action with Mr. Jamia Claxton giving a brief explanation as to how we got to this place.
We are here this morning for a brief but significant ceremony to congratulate and also see off Mr. Zacchaeus Smith, who is on his way to university in the United States. I would just like to take this opportunity to basically give a background on how we got to this point. Zacchaeus would have come up through the Department of Sports football program when we started some time back under myself and Mr. Leroy Junjun Sweeney. And through that program, he also made it onto the national team at under 15, under 17, and under 20 level. He played in a tournament in Tampa last November, the CONCACAF Under 20 tournament, which I was also a member of the staff. And at that tournament, that's where he really made a name for himself with some outstanding performance. And I do remember one of his best performances came against Canada, who were the group favorites, and St. Kitts and Nevis defeated Canada. Many thanks to Zacchaeus, because he was the one who helped us defeat Canada. He was very instrumental in that game. He was the key to our success in that particular game. So at that tournament, Zacchaeus was sought by a number of scouts and universities, and the first one that reached out to him was LSU in Louisiana, and they offered him a scholarship to come and study and play football at the school. We've been working to get things in order since, and did encounter a few obstacles because of getting flights to Barbados and so forth to get his student visa. But today, we are finally here to see Zacchaeus off. I'm very proud to have been a part of his development, and also my department being a part of his development. So, Zacchaeus, congratulations. We're wishing you all the best at LSU in the United States. I will now ask the Honorable Minister to bring some words.
Thank you very much, Mr. Claxton, and let me say good morning. And it is such a proud moment here. We're sending one of our young stars, one of our young rising stars, one of our young sports ambassadors to university. And of course, it is because of his hard work and dedication and commitment to what he loves. And I really want to commend as well the Department of Sports under the leadership of Mr. Jamia Claxton. The Department of Sports have been doing a lot of work with our young people in all sporting disciplines. And it is because of these development programs that are being run by the Department of Sports why our young cricketers, our young footballers, our athletes, our basketballers, why they can go out and shine. Now, Zacchaeus was given the opportunity to go to Florida, and he shone so brightly that there were persons overseas from universities across the United States that had their eyes on him. And I am very proud that a young division could have done that, to go to Florida to represent St. Kitts and Nevis in football, and would have shone so brightly that he was being sought after by universities in the United States of America. Now, I'm always very happy when young persons get an opportunity like this to go to the United States and study, or wherever to go and study. And Zacchaeus, I want to heartily congratulate you. I know that you would have put in the work, and the hard work would have paid off. I want other young persons who are looking at this to emulate young Zakis and to emulate all of our rising stars in whatever sporting discipline on Nevis. It shows that even though we are from a small country, that we should not be limited in terms of what we think we can achieve. Zakis, you went out there, you delivered, and you're now getting a fantastic opportunity to further your education, to increase in terms of your horizon, in terms of what you're going to learn, and in terms of actually getting a chance to play in the US as well. I want you to take this opportunity very seriously. I want you to go out there and represent Zakis, represent your family, represent Nevis, represent the Federation. And we want you to make us proud. We want you to continue to shine. When you go to the US, of course, there will be a lot of distractions. But we want you to keep in mind that you are in the US for the main purpose of getting an education and for doing well and shining, continuing to shine, just like how we shone at those games in Florida. We want you, once you would have gotten this opportunity to go to university in Louisiana, to do extremely well. Keep your head on, stay focused, and remember at the back of your mind at all times, you are there to get your education, to get to your degree, and we don't want to get disappointed in any way. So please, we want you to keep focused. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the goal at all times. And we want, on behalf of the Ministry of Sports, because this ministry as well is assisting with the education of Zakis in the US. So we are indeed very delighted to be a part of the initiative in terms of assisting him. And so we are congratulating you and we're wishing you all the very, very best. And I'll be looking out to get some great reports on your progress. And once again, congratulations and the very, very best to you from myself as the minister and from the entire team here at my ministry.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Minister, for those words. At this point in time, I would just like to echo the sentiments of the Minister. The Ministry of Sport has been very instrumental in assisting Zakis with his football development. And I've said in previous interviews that in the past, we've always had issues with persons making it into the national teams of St. Kitts and Nevis. And one of the main reasons has been that they don't have the opportunity to go and practice as frequent as the St. Kitts players. But through the ministry providing support in terms of his boat passes, Zakis has been able to go down to St. Kitts every time there's training session, and that's how he got onto the national team. Not only his skill, but he has been there for every single training session. So the ministry needs to be applauded for that. Also, as the minister mentioned, the ministry is also supporting him financially by providing some assistance to him towards his studies. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the SKNFA, who paid for Zakis' visa application, all his fees, his trip to Barbados to get his student visa, and who is also paying for his trip to the United States as well. I'd also like to thank Coach Josh McReynolds. He's been very, very supportive in terms of ensuring that Zakis has everything in place for his arrival in the United States. He calls constantly, he messages constantly, always checking up on Zakis. He went out the way to make sure that his university got Zakis and nobody else. So that was very important. And a very important person that I need to thank is his mother, Ingrid Tyson. Ingrid has been very supportive of Zakis for as long as I can remember him being in the programs. You know, she calls constantly. She's always checking up if Zakis is supposed to be at practice. She wants to make sure he's there. Anything to do with Zakis and his football development, she's always been there. She's always been supportive, and she needs to be given a round of applause because, yes, yeah. So, thank you, Ingrid. I will now ask Zakis to just say a few words. You know, he has to get used to this because at the university, we'll have to do pre-game and post-game interviews and so forth. So, Mr. Zakis Smith.
Well, I would just like to say a pleasant thank you to everyone that has been pushing me from day one, and all the teachers, the sports departments and everything. I just want to say to all the youngsters out there who play sports, when you get a chance, just make the best of it. One of my coaches, he always tell the team, we always have to let the coach them tell us to do something before we could actually do it. He always give us an inspirational speech that Michael Jordan once said. Every time he go play basketball, he always play like it's the first time he ever played, because there's always a youngster in the crowd that has never seen him play before. Just want to say pleasant thank you to everybody.
All right, I will now ask the mother of Zachy Smith to say a few words.
Good morning. I want to say thanks to everybody who motivated Zachy. Sometimes Jamie and Junjun will call. I say, oh, Zachy's not going nowhere because Zachy's not doing the work in school. And Jamie and Junjun will say, I can talk to him and talk to him. And they will say, let him go and talk to him. And they just really talk to him. I have a lot of teachers, as Mr. Elliott always said to him, Zachy said, no, you could do it. And they really motivate him. A lot of teachers at CSS, Mr. Powell, Mr. Fraser, Mr. Grant, Darcella, Miss Warner. A lot of teachers, they know who they are, and I want to say thank you to them. Especially my mom. She always there. Sometimes I say, Zachy's no money there. And he would say, okay, I'm going by Grandma. Grandma going to give me the money. And she always. He going away, she want to know everything. He have everything. My mother really, really an inspiration to him. She really, I know she's going to miss him this morning. She don't want to come because she's going to get emotional. But I want to say thank you to my mother, my sisters, and everybody. Jamia and Junjun, I want to say a special thank you. Special thank you to both of you. And Mr. Evelyn, you too. I want to say thank you for helping on the NIA, because you know how life is. Yes. And God bless everybody. And thank everybody for what they're doing for me. Don't tell him, go out there, make Nevis proud. As Dr. Rollins tell him, I want to hear good things about you, I'm going to ask about you. Yeah, it's a bit far. Tell him it's a bit far, but it's good for him. It's good for him. I'm going to miss him. I'm going to really, really miss him. Because he's still, you know, a teenager. And I didn't really think I was going to be going so quick. But it better, yes, and make me proud. He don't tell me, Mommy, I'm going to make you proud. I'm going to make you and Grandma proud. So I'm looking forward to it. Yes. Okay, thanks.
Okay. And that concludes our brief ceremony. Once again, we just want to wish Zachy's all the best. Like your mom said, go out and make Nevis proud. You're put in a position where you're an ambassador, and I know the school is going to probably come back and ask about other players based on how you represent us out there. So once again, congratulations, all the best.
And so, we want to wish Mr. Zachy Smith all the best. He has a lot of potential. Let's hope that he makes his mom, his dad, his entire Nevis community, Charlestown Secondary School, the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, totally proud. We wish you all the best, Zackies. But that concludes our sports package for this evening. I'm Curtis Morton reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.